So, hi world. Obviously you guys saw the footage from my 18th birthday, which just took place about 25 minutes ago. So that was a lot of fun. Just be able to spend it with my part of my cast and my crew and some of my really close friends. So that was a lot of fun. Which I already said, and apparently I'm tired. But pickups today. Unlike yesterday, went off without a hitch, and we actually got more done than we thought we were going to be able to have time for. And one of the big shots, we ended up reshooting, and I'm so glad we took the time to do this because I actually had promised a couple people to get Stephanie and April to sit down and talk a little bit about the S. Matthews sessions, and we'll have another opportunity to talk about that because to get some of the backstory and everything on why we decided to do it and how they prepared for all of that. But we went back to the Richardson Street parking garage where we shot a lot of the action sequences and stuff for the saving, and so there were some establishing shots we needed to pick up and some close-ups that we needed and that we didn't get time for in principals. So we were there and we got all those, and the footage was great and was very excited. And we had some extra time, and Stephanie was like, "Why don't we just reshoot the death shot? Don't we have everything we need?" Because what we had done was pickups before for the death shot. We had taken it totally out of context on the side of a sidewalk in just this random park that was like 20 miles away from where we actually shot. So we were able to redo the death shot on location in an alley right next to the parking garage we were shooting in. So we got that shot from all the way on top of the parking garage, and it looks fantastic. And from my Facebook status where it says she looks so dead, like she just looks straight up the deadest we could make her. And it was funny because it was April and Katie were standing down there getting her all prepped, and me and Memory Brennan, who's my DP's niece, who's also very savvy with the camera, she stepped in and DP'd for me. So second unit DP, Memory Brennan, you rock my socks. Um, and so we were up on the top of the parking garage, and we had cell phones and everything, so we were communicating a lot like that. But I just hung up after a while, leaned over the edge, and she was like, "She looks so fantastically dead." It made me really, really happy. And there were just a bunch of people walking past, just like, "What is she doing?" And there's a couple of guys who were a couple floors up, and they actually leaned over the edge and were like taking pictures with their cell phones, and I thought it was really cool. And I actually ran into a professional photographer on the elevator up after I was coming down to get a close up on Stephanie for the death shot, and she was coming up to the parking garage. I said, you might find something interesting to photograph if you look over the edge." And so she does, and she's like, "Wow, that's really cool," and everything. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm making a movie," and I was able to give her one of the postcards, publicity postcards for the saving. So it was a publicity stunt in one sense, but the footage we got was really, really good. So overall, it was a great experience, and it was just really good to be back on set again. And it's the kind of stuff I live for in one sense, because you work so hard, and then it's nice just to get back on set, be back in your element. And I got to do some coaching and really have a little bit more of the creative side of the scenes shots, because there were some establishing shots for a certain sequence I'm not going to go into a lot of detail for, but it's one that I can go like very, very art house on, and that's my style of shooting. And so that was fun, and I got to do some experimenting, and it also helped. It showed a lot of the composition work that I do is based on a lot of the still photography that I have, and which works really well for establishing shots, just good composition and all of that. So that was a blast. Today was amazing. This weekend was crazy hectic, and a lot went down. I had to handle a lot, and I won't even go into what happened last night because that's just a whole another tale in itself. But just want to thank all of my cast and crew and all of my friends. We had a blast, and now I'm gonna go to bed because reality awaits for me tomorrow, and so does pre-cal and my senior year and graduating and stuff. So thanks so much for watching, and I will be back on very, very soon. Goodbye. I always said goodbye and it never goes off.